Hello, welcome to Septum Sen versus the World. I'm Septum Sen, and I'm going to be talking with you today as another advanced release date video. Of course, these are movies that are coming out next week, preferably next Tuesday. I will be talking about some of the ones that I see, the ones that I know about, the ones that I actually have an interest in, and the ones that I actually could give you some commentary on. Those that I don't, well, I'm sorry, I don't really have much that I can tell you about it, so therefore I do apologize. So first up on this is our favorite actress in Ghost in the Shell. I mean, this is Scarlett Johansson. I understand why they got her for the role. I understand the issue with the possibility of whitewashing. I haven't seen it. I don't know how true it is to the anime. I liked the anime. I did not really care much for the story, but it was very pretty. So if they get the details on how pretty it is done and they make it purposefully confusing, I'm sure it will be equal and on par with the original, which I'm sure the rest of you will be quite mad at me for saying that. But with that being said, I am curious. I will eventually watch it. Will I get it? Probably not anytime soon. Maybe when it gets down to the $10 range. But this is definitely one of those titles that you would have to get on Blu-ray to get the best out of it. Or 4K if you have that type of TV. If I say Blu-ray and you guys are 4K type people, just upgrade in your mind. Okay, he means 4K. And we'll move along with that. So next up is The Boss Baby. I cannot tell you how odd this is. I like odd stuff. I mean, I just finished filming a review for Oversexed Rug Suckers from Mars. And here is Boss Baby. It's about a baby secret agent type thing. I never watched this. I really don't want to watch this. I don't know why people want to watch this. This looks like Baby Geniuses animated. But obviously it must have a niche audience because it didn't do too bad. So with that being said, it is out. I have heard a lot about it and I did want to point that out. So the next up on my list is a Blu-ray release, which is one of those it's about time type releases. Batman: Mask of the Phantasm. The best Batman movies, aside from some of the Christopher Nolan and the early Tim Burton Batman movies, were the animated series Batman movies. DC has a very vibrant TV and animated feature department. People tend to ignore this, but a lot of their animated stuff is very strong. And Batman: Mask of the Phantasm was a great continuation over that old 90s Batman TV show. The right amount of darkness, the right amount of action. This is everything that needs to be in most films. I really enjoyed it. I was late to the party and seeing this, even though I did enjoy the Batman series when it was aired. This is worth a good Blu-ray markup. I'm hoping that this is going to actually be upgraded visually as well, but you never know with these types of things. Now, one I do know will get a good visual upgrade is Slither from our friends over at Scream Factory. They do a great job in restoring movies. I'm not sure this one needed to be restored. I mean, it's not that old, really. I mean, it's like 10 years old. But if that's what people want, that's what people get. So this is something that I am not really looking forward to, but I can definitely understand why people would want this. So take a look out for Slither. If you haven't seen the movie, it's definitely worth seeing once. It's a good, solid horror/comedy that is, worth that. Just don't eat anything right beforehand. Another one that's a good example of that is Arrow releasing Reanimator. Arrow, in my opinion, did not have my attention for a while, even though I have a giant Arrow release behind me. But they have really stepped up their game in the United States in releasing very awesome quality releases. I have the utmost praise for them. Great transfers. Reanimator is going to be an excellent condition movie. I very much look forward to that. So then we've got the Criterion release for Lost in America. I liked Lost in America. It was a good film. Criterion is the place for this. Again, you like art, you like detail, get this on Criterion. The sale is still going to be going on when this is going to be released. I might even look into it myself. So please check that out and enjoy it. So one from my youth is finding a new life, and that is the Warlock collection. Now, I've only seen the first Warlock movie, and I only remember bits and pieces, such as he meets with a boy on the swing, and he has to kill the boy in order to eat his fat in order to get powers. I've heard some entertaining stuff about the series. I'm very interested in this. I don't have the collection, and with a remastered collection like they're getting out, I am looking forward to seeing that. So I've got two more that I'm going to talk about today. The first is Emerald City. Season 1 is going to be released. I really don't know why they bothered saying Season 1 since there's only one season period. Why don't they just say Emerald City, the complete series? Fool some people into, thinking there's more to it. I actually thought this series had a lot going for it. Though the unfortunate thing is it's being released at a time where everything is Emerald City. Everything is basically what that is. So it's just bad timing. I mean, it's just another poor man's Once Upon a Time or Grimm, and people are starting to get tired of that. It's just run its course. You're going to have to wait for a while, let it have a couple of breaths, wait until Once Upon a Time finally bites it. I'm sure that is coming to an end. Grimm has already come to an end. Give it some time. You can release some stuff like this in a few years. It'll do well. I'm pretty sure of that. So, next up and last, and definitely least, is Girls Season 6. There have been a lot of people talking about this and how much they love the show, but HBO has not sent me a free copy of Girls Season 6, so I do not have to fake like the show. I really don't care much for the show. I mean, I don't understand what people see in it. I don't understand why people say it's the next Sex and the City. I didn't really care that much for Sex and the City, but at least I can acknowledge that it had a lot of quality to it, whereas this feels like a bunch of whiny millennials. No offense to millennials. Technically, I would be considered a millennial, even though I would be considered a very late millennial. But this really is geared towards that younger generation, that sort of aimless generation. But it's geared towards the terrible things from that generation, and I really think that you guys deserve better than Lena Dunham. I think that's right. But you do deserve better than this. So that's my take on what's going out this week. I hope you all enjoy, and I will continue to work on these release dates. Thank you very much.